Hi, I'm Stevie McCrorie, and this is my interview for Wavvy Music. It's amazing to be back, obviously. I mean, last year I played King Tut stage, same slot. I had a smaller lineup at the time, so I'm great to be back with it. It was me plus 4 other guys, like full lineup, playing the album. So it's amazing to play stuff like this. And you know, as a kid, I always dreamed of playing, like going to T in the Park, never mind playing it. And this is the 3rd year I've played it. So yeah, this is what it's all about for me, like doing band stuff. And I'm not really interested in like the fame side of it. This stuff like playing festivals and that is what it's all about for me. And yeah, it's amazing. So obviously it's quite a tough slot, the first slot, because people are kind of just starting to wake up and stuff. But yeah, it was a good crowd, really good crowd for what for the time of it. I'd love to. I was going to do a Travis cover turn, but the set time was quite tight, so we let it go. So I'd love to like work with somebody like that, you know, like quite Scottish legends, and I've had to make like loads of hits and stuff, but chances of that happening are kind of few and far between. But I guess that's one of them. And Foy Vance as well. Actually at one point we were meant to write together. I got in touch with him because I went to see him at the toll booth like quite a while ago, and so yeah, I was meant to kind of write with him at one point, so hopefully maybe work with somebody like Foy Vance in the future. Well, I would never have went for the X Factor, because I think you get too much fame from the X Factor. With The Voice, you don't really get as much fame, and I think that's probably, for me, it's a good thing, because I was never really interested in the fame. I just went in to boost my profile and do things like this, and I never thought I'd win it. I was no intentions of winning it, because I was really different to the people that were on that show. I was like, you know, this kind of like rough and ready singer, like you never had a singing lesson. I grew up like playing in bands and listening to different type of music that would ever kind of go on a show like that. You know, it was something I never wanted to do, and I never thought it was cool, you know. I was like, I'll never do that. But then see, when you have a kid, it changes perspective and you adapt to your surroundings, and I thought, you know, I've got nothing to lose. So I'd say something like The Voice, if you're not wanting to kind of go down the celeb and fame route, I think it's good, like, for, you know, like getting yourself out there as an artist. You know, there's people forget about artists like Becky Hill and stuff who were on The Voice, and she's very credible, and, you know, I think it's all down to the person. Like, you know, it's how you represent yourself after that show, and I've kind of just went out there. I've never went out there as a winner of The Voice. I went out there as me, and it's kind of behind you. So just use it for what it's worth. I know you hear it all the time, but you've got to love it. You have to love what you're doing, and there's times where I've been, you know, I've not loved it, and you know, you just lose passion for it, and you give up, you know, but see if you just do it because you love it, and, you know, focus on the things you love rather than the things that you want, you know, just keep going. And like, you know, I've been doing it half my life, playing in bands half my life. I started off like pop punk bands, emo bands, and, you know, if you keep going, it works. And I'm like living proof of it, because never had a singing lesson. I learned playing in bands, and, you know, but I'm still doing it for a reason. There's a reason I'm still doing it. Most people give up, especially when they have kids and stuff. I think if you could keep going when you've got a kid, and it kind of proves that you love it, you love what you do. Yeah, I mean, anybody that's listened to it, I think it's been perceived really well, and, you know, it's a self-written album. I have had time to reflect on it, and it's an album that I love and I'm proud of. I feel like it could have been released earlier, but the record label decided to hold off a bit. But in terms of perception, I think a lot of people didn't really know that it was out. But I mean, I'm proud of it. I love it, and anybody that's heard it loves it. I feel like it's kind of been an oversight in some like critics' parts, and, you know, a lot of people didn't listen to it. And I think if people gave it a chance, they would hear what I'm all about and hear the real thing, because I think it's a great album, and I'd so proud of it before it came out, and I thought, you know, this is it. Something's got to happen. But it just shows you how tough the music industry is. There's so many people out there, and you just got to keep going. Maybe, man, there's some tracks that didn't make the cut for the album. You know, I wrote 40 tracks for the album in the space of 2 months, and I think, to me, you know, that's somebody that's with dedication, and I thought, you know, go for this and, you know, prove to people. But it just shows you not a lot of people are listening, and you've got to go out there and make them listen. And but yeah, I mean, there's some songs that didn't make the album that could potentially, you know, like make future albums. But I want my next album to be really upbeat. This one was quite reflective and about my family, about my daughter, and next album I kind of want to have fun with it, and, you know, that's what I'm kind of thinking. Well, next, I mean, it's a next album. I mean, I've not got the power to get the fame that TV show gave me. You know, the next thing for me is writing another album, like more gigs, like every musician does. You know, just keep going, and You just get. Somebody said to me once that you've just got to take your victories where you get them, and that's what it's like in the music industry. You get something amazing, and then it's waiting for that next thing, unless you're huge and it's happening every day for you. But any big artist has probably experienced the lulls and stuff. You just got to take the rough with the smooth, as they say.